And the other.
My question was the location of the fence in relation to the property line.
And you could not figure that out?
Well, I did not go up on the property.
It's well within the boundary lines. The boundary line is the chain link fence that goes around the rest of the property. This is not anywhere near that chain link fence. If you look at the picture that's there, if you look between the gates, you'll see the chain link fence up against the other building and the distance between there and that gate.
So that is at the rear or the side? It's on the side?
It's in the backyard.
Okay. But this fence extends down what we would call the side yard, right?
It does not go down the side of the yard. It's in the complete back area of my backyard.
Mr. Newcomb?
Do I got to draw you a picture?
No, I would like to have the opportunity to kind of at least site it on the property. There's no...
Well, you had 2 weeks to come up and look at it. You could have knocked on my door and come and seen it if you had any
Mr.
questions.
Newcomb, now, this is not an adversarial...
No,
position.
you're making it adversary,
No, I'm
Mr.
not.
King. You are. This is the second time I've been through this with this board.
Mr. Newcomb, all I ask...
I'm asking how stupid you are that you can't understand what I've got.
Mr. Newcomb, that's you're on the board. And
I don't care.
That's uncalled for. That is totally uncalled for.
If you cannot see between the 2 pictures, I don't know if you had the other pictures that you took. Well,
Mr. Newcomb, in most instances, when we have a fence to consider, there is a site plan that locates the fence on the site.
and I did that last time I was before this board, and the board gave me a 1-year probation, or whatever you want to call it. I'm coming back to ask for this to be completely approved, so I don't have to come up here every year, Mr. King. And we went through this last year. I had site review then. I had pictures from it then.
I wasn't on that. I did not attend the site review. I was not there for that. As well as I remember, that was another portion of a fence that's on the other side of...
No, because you made a comment about the gates that are pictured on that picture. You made a comment that you didn't like those gates. So how do you not know what's there?
Mr. Newcomb, all I would say is in deference to the board, if we could make a visit to...
No, you're not going to make a visit. I will draw you a picture right now. You're going to answer this today. I'm tired of this board having to come for site reviews and everything else behind here. You just make it one step after another. Would you like me to draw you a picture on how this sets so you can see it?
I don't need you to draw me a picture.
Well then, vote on it one way or the other. You were here. You've seen all the pictures.
I only asked if we could come to...
You don't need to come to my house again. You've had 2 weeks to come and look at it. Then I will draw you a picture so you can see how it's in relation to it. Why is it so hard for you as an individual to use some common sense to see it?
Mr. Newcomb, I'm not... This needs to end. If this is something...
No.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. You're going to get sued just like everybody else in this town. I'm sick and tired of this board thinking they got rights to tell me what I can and can't do in this damn town.
Mr. Newcomb, I think you need to...
No, you've hit my temper.
Well, I don't mean to hit your...
Well, you should...
All I'm asking for is can we visit and vote immediately thereafter?
No, I think this board has enough information to pass it tonight. I can draw you a picture real quickly on where it sits in the house.
Mr. Newcomb, I have a question.
What?
The lean-to that you have with your boat and your car underneath it, what are you going to do with that?
I keep using it. I'm working on my boat in there right now. I use it for shade.
And
It's
you're gonna
not
use
deterrent
it-
to the house.
So you are asking for approval for that as well?
What's there is what I'm asking for. I use it for shade to work
That
under.
was my question, thank you.
I need some shade to work under. The boat happens to be there, my car was under there.
But it's tied to a tree. Can you not make a more?
If I had some extra money, maybe I could, Miss Lane, but right now, that works pretty
Okay,
good.
okay.
Now, give me a second, I'm gonna show Mr. King exactly how this sounds.
Mr. Newcomb, I think that, at this time, I'm gonna have to.
I think you could recluse yourself from voting tonight, Mr. King, that'd be the fairest thing to do.
Mr. Newcomb, I'm gonna end this, we're gonna have to stop this. I am willing to have an on-site meeting to simply locate the location of the fence, and then we can vote.
Miss Lane, have you been to my house and seen the fence?
Yes.
Could you describe it to Mr. King and how it sets?
No, you should describe it to me.
All right, let me show it to Mr. King. Here's the fence, right here. Here's that shed that you voted last year to approve,
Right.
which you sat there, you saw this gate, you saw how it was, you made a comment you didn't like the style of the gate. The rest of the fence goes like this. There's a gap right between here and here. This is a chain link fence on the boundary. Here's the chain link fence on the boundary. This is my driveway. Here's the house.
And I'm looking at the left, facing the house, I'm looking at the
Here's
right-hand
the house.
side.
Here's the street.
I'm looking at the right-hand side.
That's correct. Here's the back of the house. This is in the back of my yard.
I don't deny that. The only thing I asked was, can we visit, make a visual observation in reference to be sure that if we are not on the boundary line,
I'm telling you, this is the boundary line, right here. This is my boundary
as I
line.
said, Mr. Newcomb, in many cases, we have people who bring an actual site plan.
I saw.
I'm not meaning to be difficult. I'm
You
just-
are making it very
No,
difficult.
I'm willing to say,
There is the chain link fence on the boundary line. There is the gate. It's 20 feet from here to here. It's off the property line.
do you have a site map?
No, I don't need a site map for that. I brought one last year when
I don't
asked.
remember that. Is there a record of it?
We discussed this all last year. The vote was to give you
I'm
1 year.
willing to have a vote. All I ask, can we go and cite it?
Can I ask another question?
Yes, ma'am.
This is lattice, and you know that the guidelines really discourage lattice, don't you?
It's a square lattice. The guidelines show that kind of lattice, the diagonal lattice. There's nothing in the book that says I can't have it.
It says it's discouraged there, that's all.
Well, it's
I'm just
discouraged, but it
asking
doesn't say
you
it
to know.
can't be.
Okay. You'd better fight.
Pardon?
No.
Any other board discussion?
Gentlemen, you got any comments?
I haven't seen the property. I haven't
I
seen
think
it.
it would be good for Mr. Vernon to see the property.
I was-
Good, we'll go down there right after this meeting, we'll go down there and look at it. How's that? Then it's done and over with.
We can schedule this in the next day or two and have it over with. You're right. We can't do it this afternoon, but we can schedule it, and we'll go and we'll have a site visit, and then we will come back and vote.
Fine, whatever.
Okay. Mr. Newcomb,
That was under my breath, you didn't hear
please contain yourself.
it. No, Renee.
At this time,